Well, hey there, Aletheia Church. Pastor Kevin here. Just want to spend a few minutes recapping my sermon from Sunday in James chapter 3, verses 1 through 12, that I had entitled Words Matter. And I kind of said that what we're seeing here in chapter 3 is another example of where James is tackling a specific issue, but it fits into the much larger uh, idea of what he's been talking about in this letter, which is this idea of continuing to mature spiritually and living out our faith, not just by our confession of faith, but how we live our lives. And what he tackles in this section is why our speech and the way we talk to others really matters. And I said that there were four things that we see in this text on how our speech matters, and really, in reality, truths about our speech, and that they come directly from the Reverend Sam Albury. And we see these four things. We see that our speech is powerful. We see that our speech can be destructive. We see that our speech can be uncontrollable. And we see that our speech is ultimately revealing. And as you kind of spend some time looking at each one of those different characteristics, I hope in group you'll talk about examples of how you have seen the truth of that particular characteristic, either in your own speech or in the way someone else has talked to you. The point I wanted to get across is that, um, it is, I don't want to say common, but it is possible that we can say things that will have a lifelong, profound impact on our life and the lives of others if we're not careful. And so, as God's people, we're called to exercise good conduct, and we are called to exercise caution and wisdom with how we speak. And so I hope that you'll kind of lean into the reality of this. I hope that you'll have some honest and frank conversations on ways that we can more positively do this. And I hope also we'll just talk about the hope that we kind of talked about at the end of both how Jesus is in the business of redeeming our speech, but on top of that, how the Lord wants to use his people to speak and talk to the world in such a way as to draw people to the beauty of who Jesus Christ is. So, I hope you guys have a great time discussing this in gospel community. I hope it's practical and helpful. Have a great week. Go and be the church.